How's it going, guys? In this video we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Ultimate Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors Freddy Krueger, based off of the 1987 film. Absolutely love Dream Warriors. I feel like it has just the right amount of dark humor, as well as a good mix of dark Freddy. The gore and the effects and stuff like that. I really dig this movie quite a bit. It was originally released in 2018. This is a re-release that came out in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I actually picked this up from Target online, of all places, so I got it at retail price, so that was pretty cool. And then, guys, let's go ahead and get a quick look around the box, and then we'll get them opened up and get a better look at the figure. So I have to say, for starters, love the cover. I mean, it's basically the poster art for Dream Warriors. If you haven't seen this movie, you definitely need to check it out. I believe it's streaming on Max right now. But this is definitely my favorite of the Freddy films. I did see the original with my cousin, or at my cousin's house. They always had horror movies going. I believe I mentioned that in a previous video. But this is the one they always had. They were always playing this one. And yeah, I love this movie. It's always been my favorite. On the side, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors logo. We got the souls of Freddy's children. NECA Real Toys. On the back, got some photo shots of the figure, as well as some of the accessories. A little write up there at the top. On the other side, once again, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Freddy's souls. NECA Real Toys. So, there's a photo shot of the figure. Very, very nice. And then we got the figure in all its glory. And got some really cool accessories, guys. So can't wait to get them opened up and check them out further. Alright, guys, so let's get right to it. So for starters, I have to say this Freddy looks pretty cool. Really gnarly. Dig the burns on him and everything. The color on his sweater really pops too. I feel like this is when the red and green really started to come more into, I guess, I feel like there were darker colors in the previous two films, but yeah, very nice. Already digging the way this figure turned out. I mean, just look at that face. Looks like, yeah, it looks incredible. Totally gnarly. NECA really killed it with this figure for sure. As for the head articulation, head does rotate all the way around. It's a little stiff, guys, just because brand new out of the box. Or at least it's never been opened. I've had this figure now in my collection for probably like a year now. Doesn't look down too much. Looks up. Well, doesn't really look too much up. Looks down a little bit. Head has a nice little tilt to it, so you can kind of give him that little pose there like that. Really dig that. As for the arm articulation, arm does come up pretty smoothly, 90 degrees. Does rotate all the way around. Seems to be a single joint in the elbow. There's a rotation at the elbow. Rotation at the wrist. Does rotate all the way around. Hand does come in and out, swivels pretty well. As for the other arm, again, comes up 90 degrees pretty well. Does rotate all the way around. Single joint again in the elbow. Rotation at the elbow. This figure, I have to say, not to go too much off on a tangent, the arms and stuff look, they feel pretty smooth. The articulation feels really smooth. I'm not having too many issues. Wrist does rotate all the way around on the glove, and the wrist does come in and out a little bit. Yeah, it does it fairly well. As for the torso has a bit of rotation, but not too much. There's a reason for that, and I'll show you here in a bit. But yeah, doesn't bend down too much, or doesn't bend back too much. That's mostly the legs. As for the legs, the leg does come up, does go back pretty well. It's on a single joint in the knee. Feels like there's some rotation, but it's kind of stiff, so I don't wanna force it and have a video fail. Leg does come up pretty well. There is doesn't feel like there's any rotation in the foot. Also because of the way the pants overlap the boots, I don't think that allows it. There is a bit of a rocking. It's pretty good. And there's not too much front and back on the boot there. As for the other leg, does come up pretty well. Does go back pretty well. Once again, single joint in the knee. Knee does, like I said, it feels like it would rotate, but it's a little stiff. So again, guys, I don't want to force it, have a video fail. Leg, this leg feels a little bit more stiff coming up. And once again, the foot does not rotate. There's some rocking to it, bit of a back and forth, not too much. Again, I feel like it's because of the way the pants are molded over the boot there. But beyond that, guys, I mean, it's not a deal breaker. I still think pretty solid figure overall. Really dig it. As for his accessories, guys, he comes with the popsicle stick house that Patricia Arquette is building at the beginning of the film, or throughout the film, really. Yeah, really solid. It is a solid mold of the house, of Nancy's house, and yeah, really nice. I like the way that I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough, but you can almost see like the popsicle sticks there and there boarding up. The colors really pop on this. I really dig it. I wish they would have done some more to the back, but still, I think it's I still think it's a pretty solid accessory. I really dig this. I'm glad that they included this with the figure for sure. Next up, guys, one of my favorites of this release is the little puppet Freddy. I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough. If you've seen the movie, you'll know the part where Puppet Freddy comes out and he cuts up the kid. What I was really surprised with is that this actually has some articulation to it. You can actually move the arm up and down, or actually it rotates all the way around the arms. But the way this one is molded, like you can't move this, and the wrist doesn't move either. It does have head articulation though, which I thought was pretty interesting. Head does rotate all the way around, and it does have some decent swivel on the head, so you can pose it, giving some sinister looks and stuff. Absolutely creepy, but really cool. As for the legs do not, there is no articulation of the legs, and this is actually a little stand that goes on his foot. A little splatter of blood there. I thought that was pretty nice. Really solid detail on this guy. As previously mentioned, guys, I had made a comment on his torso rotation. Now, I feel the reason being is because this actually pops off. This pops off like that. And then because he comes with his children, the souls of his children. Again, if you've seen the movie, you know this part is towards the end of the film where he tears his shirt open. Then you see all the souls of his children. And I have to say, holy cow, the detail on this is nuts. Look at the faces there. Absolutely insane. NECA did a bang up job of this. It's basically 4 pegs. It pegs right into the peg holes. And there you go, guys. I mean, it looks absolutely nuts. I like that so much. It looks really cool. Really excited that NECA decided to include this in this figure release. It's definitely nice. One thing I hadn't mentioned, I mentioned it briefly, but I mean, man, I'm really taken back by the scars here, the burn scars on Freddy. I just love the coloring on there. The detail is really insane. I just had to point that out, guys. I'm just like, I don't think I gave it enough props. I mean, look at that. Even on the hands. Even the glove looks like really cool. Really gnarly. I love I don't know if you can really tell, but I like the way that NECA did like a little wash over the nails, so that it's kind of like dirty or used. On the glove, the same thing. Looks kind of like dingy and just like nasty. Up next, guys, he has this trusty old fedora, which not too much to this. I like the way that NECA gave it a little bit of a wash, like a dirtiness to it. Very nice. It is a soft plastic, and it just goes over, and you just pop it on his head there, and And there you go, got Freddy in his fedora. Like I said, guys, really solid. I think it looks really worn and weathered, and I think NECA just knocks it out of the park with these accessories. Up next, guys, he comes with a secondary head sculpt, and I have to say this looks absolutely crazy cool. There's another special feature to this, and as you can see, again, this is towards the end of the film when they're already killing Freddy, I guess. You see the little cross there? Well, actually, there's you can shine a light here, and this will actually light up. So you actually see the cross like light up on his head. I thought that feature was really nice that NECA included that with this. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, but I mean, just look at the detail right there, all up in the face. It's absolutely nuts. The nasty teeth. You can even see the red on the tongue there. I mean, just the burn scars are just, man, I don't know how NECA does it, but they kill it every time. And last but not least, guys, probably my favorite accessory of this figure are the 2 pairs of hands that he comes with that are extra. Now, if you've seen the movie, you know this part where he basically turns his fingers into syringes. And I'm starting with the Freddy glove hand first because I think it absolutely looks insanely cool. Love the wash on the glove there. And then you see the blue translucent plastic that they used. I think that absolutely pops really nicely, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think the camera does it justice, but really solid attention to detail there. And then on the other hand, he has the same thing, but it's not the glove hand, it's just his regular Freddy hands. And again, love the translucent blue, absolutely killer on there. Looks, I don't know, guys, I'm really loving this this figure. I'm glad I picked it up when I did. Lastly, guys, I wanted to bring in my NES Freddy for comparison. Absolutely, I've said it before, I absolutely love this figure, but I'm really digging this figure too. And for grins, I thought I would bring in my other Funko Freddy, NES Freddy. That about wraps it up for this video, guys. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of the figure, or which is your favorite from these 3. My favorite, as I've mentioned previously, I love the NES Freddy. Even the Funko NES Freddy is great. I really love Nightmare 3 Freddy. Also, are you a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors? Are you a fan overall of the Freddy franchise? Which is your favorite? Which is your least favorite? As I've said plenty of times, Nightmare 3 is my favorite. I still love the original. Nothing can beat the original classic. Part 2 is still pretty dark, so I like that one as well. Once you start getting into 4, 5, and 6, you start getting the more comical Freddy, more slapsticky Freddy. It's okay, it's just, I don't know, it's not for me. I like the darker Freddy. And I feel like part 3 had that perfect balance of everything. There's also New Nightmare. Do you like New Nightmare? I myself think it's shot really well. It's a great movie. Good return to form for Freddy, in my opinion. And let's face it, the remake, I'm not even gonna mention that, but if you're new to the channel, feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, thanks again for coming back and for the continued support, guys. I really appreciate it. We still got one more full week of October coming up, so stay tuned to see what I share with y'all next. I will give you a hint. Obviously, it's been slashers this month, so it's going to be a slasher. I can promise you that. But beyond that, comment down below and let me know your thoughts and your theories of what I'm going to be showcasing next. I would really like to see people's ideas and discussions go crazy. So again, guys, thanks for everything. We'll see you in the next video. Take it easy and have a good one.